Hello and welcome to my first digital plan with me. We're going to start out by opening our Good Notes app. I have this seriously simple planner. If you go to the index, you can click on the month and it'll take you to your month view. Then you scroll over to the week. I'm doing the week of October 10th to the 16th. I downloaded my stickers from the web. It's a free printable. Then you add them just to Good Notes with the plus symbol. It imports the PDF. I saved them to my Dropbox, link to my Dropbox, and then I can just select them here and it imports them. So easy to use. Um, it took a minute for them to come in. Not long, but it is a 3-page file. So there's 3 pages worth of stickers that it's opening there. So you open them, and at the top you have the tab of your planner and the tab of your stickers. So I looked through the stickers, I found the washi I wanted to use, and I really liked this washi. Even though it's a wide washi, we can always adjust that. So you select your lariat tool, circle what you want, then take screenshot, the share icon, and copy. This does not copy it to your camera roll. It's like using your clipboard. Then you can paste it here. Then if you tap on it, you can crop and select anything that got in the picture you didn't want. Here, I made it a little thinner than it was because this is really wide washi, and I don't normally like that thick of a washi at the bottom because it takes up a lot of space and I need space to plan. You can use the little blue dots to shrink it or make it bigger. Good Notes has the aspect ratio locked. So if you go to make it wider, it's going to make it taller as well. So the best way to adjust just one of those dimensions is to crop it. So here I crop it down to make it thin, about what we use as typical washi. Then I use the little handlebars to adjust it to get just the right fit. Now, once you have the fit you want, you don't have to start with the original image again. You can use this one that you've already adjusted to copy it and use it multiple times in the same spread. So here I'm getting it just right. I'm a little picky. Line it up where you want it, and then if you tap away from it, it leaves it in place. Circle it with your lariat tool and copy. Then I can paste it to the left side of my planner. Now the left side is 3 days instead of 4, so I want it to be shorter. But if I just use the handlebars and drag it shorter, it's going to adjust the width as well. And I wanted it to have the same width on both sides of the page so they're pretty symmetrical. So the best way to do that is going to be to go in and crop it down so it's shorter and doesn't hang over into my sidebar. So I mess with that a little bit, get it adjusted just right, or as close to right. You have to remember when you're zoomed in working on it, if it's a little bit off, it's not as noticeable when you have it in the full page view. So if it's just a touch off, don't drive yourself crazy. So here I am adjusting it. Looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to use the tabs to go back to the sticker file, and I'm going to get a decorative full box for the top. Sometimes I use quotes, sometimes I use full boxes. Either way, whatever you like to do. Sometimes it depends on what comes in the kit, but I really like this damask pattern, so I chose it. Again, you just circle the one you want, screenshot and copy, go over to the planner, and paste it. Once you're there, you can crop it down so it cuts out any of the others, and you have just the image you wanted. And I find it easier if it's a little bigger when I crop it down, and then I can adjust it Remember with GoodNotes, um, it does not lock it in one corner or the other. So when you drag to make it bigger or smaller, it adjusts both sides. So now I'm going to look for the stackable sidebar. I like to keep my menu in my sidebar and also hydrate. Trying to drink more water, I get satisfaction from checking off the little water droplets, so it's motivating for me to have that here. And then that way, if I have a day that's really full, I'm not losing space in that day and I can put as much as I need to in that day. So again, I circled both of those and copied them because I plan on using both of them. And then I'm cropping it down to the one I want. Lining it up. It's seriously simple. If you have ever used Silhouette or something to cut stickers that you've got as a free printable, it takes me more time to add cut lines and all than it does to do it digitally. When I do it digitally, I don't have to worry about wasting paper or ink. I can just use the stickers I want off of the kit. I don't use a whole lot of banners or the check flags. I prefer full boxes. So when I would print kits, even cut them by hand, I would have a lot of stickers that I wouldn't use. And sometimes you will go back and use them for something else, but I have so many stickers that were part of a kit that I just never used. So here I'm used the same image that I'd already copied, pasted it again, and instead of cropping down to the hydrate, I cropped down to the menu planner. Adjust it so it fits. Another thing to remember is when you put down a sticker and if you put it on top of another sticker, the one that you've pasted last will be on top. So even if you moved it and then put something down behind it and then went to move it back, the one you put down would go in front of it. So the one you put on last will be on top. So here I'm going to add the to-do header. I like to have a to-do list every day. Some days I have more to do than others. This week's pretty light. It is fall break for my children, so we don't have a whole lot planned hanging around the house. We've got a couple house projects, but I like to have my to-do list that I can make each day to make sure I have a place to put those things I need to remember to get done. I find when I'm working with like headers or smaller stickers, if you use the pinch and zoom feature to zoom in a bit, it makes it easier to line them up. And then once you get the header the right size, you don't have to repaste the original image you cropped. You can use your Lariat tool, mark that sticker that you just done, then copy and paste it. So I adjusted it for Monday, and then I can copy and paste it throughout the rest of the week without having to crop it. It's sized and ready to go, makes it so easy. I am laying them all across. I got to hear and realized because I had tried to film this once and had technical difficulties when I did the Lariat tool to remove all the stickers on the page, I accidentally grabbed the date, the day and the date text and erased it. The good thing about this Seriously Simple planner is it is not hard to add it back in there. Um, it is, again, seriously simple. So I just went ahead and moved over to the next week. Um, I selected so it would just select the text boxes so I didn't accidentally grab the stickers. Circled the ones that I needed to move over, pasted them here and got them where I wanted them. And then since there's two items, I just touched away from it. And then if you press and hold, it opened where I could edit the text. So I could go in and make sure it was the correct date since I had pulled it from the week before. And then it's fixed and ready to go. Most of the pages already have them. Again, I messed that up, taking the stickers back off when I had to start over to record this for you guys. So now I'm going to go and do my full boxes. Another thing I absolutely love about doing this digitally is I have so many pen colors and I don't have to carry multiple pens. So I used to avoid using darker stickers, your navies and blacks, because most of the time I'd write with a black pen. It wouldn't show up good on these stickers, so I couldn't read very well what I wrote. With Good Notes, because you can pick your ink color, it is no problem for me to use a white ink on this darker sticker and then switch back to black to mark something else. So it lets me use some of those colors that I avoided before just because it was hard to read on. So here I am getting it, sizing it down to where I want it, and putting it in position. And then I go back to the sticker image and pull the next one. And again, if you're going to use, if I wanted to say use all black boxes, I could just copy and paste this one and put it in each one. But I want to use the different colors she gave as an option because they are beautiful colors. So then I go and pick the next color I want, circle it with just my finger. I used my finger on all of this up until I got to the writing portion. So I just circled it with my finger, screenshot, copy, go back to the planner page, paste, and then cropped it down so it's just the blue one. Now, I found that if you think you've got all the white out, sometimes if you go just a little more in, you'll make sure you get all the white portion, the background off. Um, but when you're doing multiple like this, even though the stickers are the same size, because of the aspect ratio locking, sometimes your stickers will be a little uneven. And I'll show you how in a little bit I use my next section of headers to have that even look because it's hard to get it exactly where you did the one before it. But I find that in the end, especially when it's in full page view, you can't even tell. So I got that one where I wanted. Then I used the Lariat tool, and because I was going to use two of these this week, I went ahead, used it, selected the sticker, copy it, paste it, moved it where I wanted it. No wasting of stickers. If it's not in the right position and you have to move it, it doesn't tear your page or tear the sticker and then you're minus the sticker if you had just enough. That's happened to me before too. Now I'm going to go with the yellow full box. Again, copy, paste. That's how you do most of the stickers. Copy them from the original file, paste them where you want them, and there's all my headers. If you look, they do look a little bit uneven, but when I go to put on the today headers for the next row, I even that out and you can't even tell in the end. And if you've done stickers on a paper planner, you don't always get those perfectly even either. It's easier to fix. So I went and found the header I wanted, copy, paste. It's a lot of the same, copy and paste. Cropped it down so it was just the header that I wanted. Another thing I really enjoy about the digital is I can change it up. Normally I have my hydrate and menu on the side, but if I wanted to do a shopping list over there or something like that, it's easy to change it up. If I found that I just wasn't using the hydrate sticker this week, in the middle of the week, I could change it out if I needed to make an extra to-do list over there. It's so easy to change it when you need to. or want to. So here I am getting the header the right size. And if you remember what I said, because I laid down the full boxes before the header is going to be on top of them, so I can use it to give me that straight line. Here I'm getting it in position. And then I use that as, because that is the shortest sticker. So now I can make the other one even with it. And then I get that nice straight and then copy and paste. Since it's already adjusted to the right size, copy and pasted it and evened out the row. So now I'm going to add some of the decorative full boxes. Sometimes I use those and I layer other stickers on top of them, but I use them to add color. Sometimes it's kind of a filler. Like I said, this week's fall break, so we don't have a whole lot going on. So this way my planner doesn't look empty because we were being lazy, but it still looks decorative. I love all the different patterns and colors you can find, and it just keeps it interesting. I find that I use my planner more when it's fun to look at. So there I am adjusting it to size and layering it again. It because I put it on after the headers. If I put it over the headers, it's going to rest on top of them. Excuse me. Get it lined up. And these, like the to-do boxes, because I want a different box for each one, I will have to go and pull each image that I choose. But I just circle it, copy and paste. So there I've added the rest of them. You can see me adding the last one now. And getting it to size. And those turned out pretty even. But, again, you would have to really zoom in to see that they're just a little bit off or a little bit bigger. So now I'm going to go and get some of the half boxes. And on her sheet, the half boxes are sideways. So after I get them over to my planner and crop down, after you crop it, there's a little green dot, a green handlebar. If you take it, you can spin it. And that way you can orientate it the right direction. Or if you wanted it diagonal, that is an option as well. I normally go through on Sunday evening and do my planner. I'll put in half boxes, both my kids have activities after school on Tuesday and Wednesday, or two of my three kids. So I know that on Tuesday one has one on Wednesday, so I put down a half box to put those there because some weeks they don't have them, like during Christmas break or something. That way I can keep up with that. Here I'm going and getting the work sticker so I can put down my husband's work schedule. That's always nice to have so I know when he's going to be home, and that affects my dinner planning in my house because the hours he works. So once I get it the right size, I just copy and paste that sticker and I can put it on all the days that I need to. I added in the weekend banner again, copy, paste, get it the adjust the sizing and put it in place. I think this is the first time I've used one of her kits, so I was kind of looking through to see what I had as options. And then I always associate these with YouTube. And since this is my first YouTube video, I thought, why not mark it in my planner? I do use my planner some for memory keeping. It's good to be able to look back and remember when something happened, like when a child lost a tooth or something like that. So I often, jot little things like that in there. And sometimes I just write them in at the bottom or write them in on a half box. So now I'm going and looking. Mark payday, my favorite day of the week. And on this one, even though it's the banner with the triangle at the bottom, because I'm not really putting anything there with it, the white doesn't bother me. It blends in with the page. But as you'll see here in a little bit, I add a flag, and because it's on top of something else, I want to be able to see the color underneath it shine through. So put in the little planner icon. I apologize if you could hear that beeping. There is something in my room that has an alarm that is going off and I cannot find it. So the batteries sound like it's dying. But here's one of the flags that has the little cutout at the end. I chose to crop part of it off so it was a little wider and not as long and skinny. I wanted it a little bit thicker. I'm trying to decide where I put it. Here's where I decide I need to take off that white part. So if you use the freehand, you only have to do right between the sticker and the white part. The other part you've already cropped off. You don't have to be super close to the image to get it to work. So don't be afraid to try that. So here I am doing a little bit of layering. And then I decide I want to add a checklist. But another good thing, because it is digital, I only wanted 4 to-dos on this one, or 4 little check places instead of all 6. So because, with how easy it is to do digitally, I just cropped off the other 2. And then here I am with the freehand cropping. If you find that you were off a little bit, if you just touch beside it, it'll let you start over. So it took me a couple tries, but then I got that one like I wanted it. And I'll go see what other stickers I want to use. Sometimes I do closer to no white space. Sometimes it's just whatever the mood I'm in. I try to change it up. Here I'm going to put in some TV shows. I noticed how on this one she only had one color of TV sticker and no TV icons. Um, I tried to stick with just her kit for this video, but sometimes in cases like that, I will go pull another color so I can have a couple different color options or use just a TV icon. There, I thought I had grabbed it to copy and paste, but I hadn't, so I just press and hold that and then delete it. And then I can paste the TV sticker that I've already adjusted the size of and put it on there. I really enjoy doing this digitally. There's no mess to clean up at the end, no washi tape for my puppy to steal and try to eat. It's just so much easier. There's nothing for me to carry around if I wanted to go sit at a coffee shop and do my planner. I don't have to take any supplies with me. All I have to have is my iPad. You can do it on Android devices. I have an iPad. Mine is an iPad 4, so it's not one of the newest models, but it still works pretty good. Um, I haven't had reason to update yet. I find when you're scrolling between the pages, if you use the last little tool icon up there, you can scroll through the pages easier. And here I'm going to use another one of the banner stickers, but I'm going to layer them to get the effect I want. And that's another great thing about digital. I can layer as many as I want to get the look I want, but it doesn't add any bulk. I know in my paper planner, towards the middle into the year, I had lumps in my planner from where I had layered stickers, or because I always did to do headers, I had like this wave pattern on my page, and it started getting hard to write. With digital, I don't have to worry about that. I can layer as many stickers as I want to, and it doesn't affect my smooth, flat surface to write on. So here I'm layering them to get the look I want. I want this to be, sometimes you use like the skinny washi to mark an event that's going to be several days. My kids are off school all week this week, so I wanted to go ahead and mark that. So I wanted it to be kind of consistent so I didn't have to write no school on each day. So just keep layering them till I got the look I wanted. Now I think I'm I'm ready for writing. So with GoodNotes, if you can zoom in and write, so it makes it so much easier to write on the stickers. You can use the text feature and type in whatever you wanted. I've done that. I don't have a very good stylus. The running joke around my house right now is my stylus is like an unsharpened crayon that I'm writing with. I do have a better stylus on the way, so then I will my writing should be better. But I do find that writing on the iPad, my writing is very much the same as it would be with a pen on paper. Only with this, if it's sloppy or I was in a hurry and misspelled something, or it is easy to erase, whereas with your planner, you either have to cover it with another sticker or use whiteout, which I've never been a fan of whiteout. But with this, it is so easy to just erase it and rewrite it. So I use my stylus here and use that zoom feature and write in everything I normally would in my paper planner. But with it being digital, you can pick different colors. I felt black went good with this. I don't have multiple pens to carry around. I have the one stylus. Um, this does sync with my iPhone, so I can pull it up on my own phone and I can zoom in and write on my iPhone if I'm out and about and need to put something in my planner. GoodNotes does sync like that. I also have GoodNotes on my MacBook, so I can also view it there. So it's always with me, yet I don't have anything extra to carry. I always carried my phone with me before, anyways. So I don't have anything extra. And I found that now I get to carry a smaller purse because I'm not taking my huge paper planner with me. I was using the Happy Planner. I've used the Erin Condren, the Happy Planner, Pocket, A5, and personal size Filofax. And I just absolutely love the Seriously Simple Planner. It looks beautiful when I'm looking down at it. It looks like I'm looking at my planner. It's not like I'm looking at a picture. I love how interactive it is. Here I'm going to go in and add a few days for to-dos for today. She just made some really awesome updates to it. So the spread that I had already done for this week was in a previous version of the planner. So I decided to just do a new one. So that's the reason my Monday, Tuesday's kind of blank because they've passed and I still have the other one that I could look back to if I need to. But I'm going to go mark off what water I've drank today. And that's my spread for this week. I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and I will try to make more.